morning internet, and welcome to day 5 of Once Upon a December. It is Monday morning and Bubs has gone down for his morning nap, and I've decided to treat myself to some degree. I guess it's not really, it's a treat, but it's actually really easy. I timed myself and it literally took 10, I was gonna say 5, but no, more like 10. And I was lucky because the avocado was good minutes to make this breakfast. This is my breakfast. This is the sort of breakfast I would normally order if I was going out to like a fancy brunch place or something. So yes, it's not as like dressed up and fancy, but it is much cheaper and so delicious. Multi-grain bread and then smashed avocados with a bit of dukkha underneath, and then fried eggs, and then I put like paprika on top, and it is so delicious. And it takes about 10 minutes because I don't use any oil when I cook the eggs. It's just a non-stick pan, so you just throw the eggs on, so there's minimal cleaning as well. Like I really just have to wipe the pan down and it's good to go. Toast the bread. It's so easy and like way cheaper than say paying $20 for this. So this is probably my favorite breakfast to make at home, so long as the avocados are ripe. That's like the most challenging part, weirdly, is getting ripe avocados that spread evenly. So I buy like the little mini ones from Coles and Woolies. If I can find the ones which are like considered just like not quite right, where they're like odd shape, I'll get those because they're cheaper and they taste exactly the same. But you have to be quite like, I don't know, on top of making sure that they're ripe. So I usually leave them in the fridge so they last a while, and then I'll take them out a day or two before I think I might want them. So usually there's always one sitting on the bench ready to go. But yeah, this is something I could eat as part of my GD diet. I didn't. I'd probably just have one slice of toast, but this is actually really good for GD as well. So it's got a lot of healthy fats and it's delicious and I can't go wrong. This is dinner, grilled dinner on our TV trays. Hey internet, and welcome to day 7 of Once Upon a December. I completely skipped day 6. Oh, it has been, so much has been going on. I don't even know why I tried to do Once Upon a December because I feel like I am not coping very well. But let me catch you up. So I think I vlogged like the morning of day 5. What was that? It was a Monday. Yeah, Monday. So Monday morning, and I was like motivated to do stuff. The time just, honestly, it disappears. It's like I have to do orders. I have to make sure that, I think I was working on Instagram, and you get so like because obviously I only vlog during Bubby's wake windows. So the wake time, I mean, he doesn't sleep that much. He sleeps like maybe 12 hours in a 24-hour window in total. Like his sleep is actually really bad right now. So there's a whole 12 hours that I technically could vlog, because when he's awake I wouldn't turn on the camera. And then, but I actually need to sleep during that 12-hour window as well. So I feel like at the end of the day, I have maybe 4 hours, 3-4 hours that are kind of chopped up into bits, like half an hour here, 15 minutes here, to like do my own thing. And so the last thing I can think of is to pick up a camera and vlog when I need to like right now I'm budgeting for 2023, going through our receipts and everything, just trying to work out where expenses are going. And I don't know if you can hear it. I hope that it's not too distracting, but I have the sticker shop, I have the silhouettes running in the background because I'm doing orders, so it is hectic. So yes, the vlogs are going to be a little hectic, but I kind of love that I'm capturing all of this because this is my life right now. And in next year, 2023, if I do Once Upon a December, I'm sure it'll be different again. But anyways, so yeah, Monday was a blur. I don't even remember what was going on there. Yesterday, day 6, I didn't vlog because Bubby's was going for his 6-month vaccination and it was very stressful. And then he had a really bad reaction to the first round of vaccines. Like he's had 2 rounds now. So I was getting very emotional, and doesn't like needle. I have a needle phobia, so the whole thing is just very dramatic. So he had a sort of a bad reaction, but really not as bad as last time. Actually pretty good. But I was kind of bracing myself for something bad to happen and running around, and I was getting all worked up that by the end of the day, by the afternoon, I was like dead and I couldn't think of anything to do. I couldn't, not even think of anything. I couldn't bring myself to vlog. Like, I just wanted to have a nice meal. We bought takeaway, like Gabby's chicken. I spent a lot of time playing Astro Juniors with Violet and Jimmy because they really helped me unwind and de-stress, which is really nice. I didn't do any sticker shock work, and my MacBook stopped working, which is what I used to edit videos. So I use that to do all my social media, all my video work, and then I have a PC that I use for like sticker shop stuff. So that stuff I'm working on now. My Mac is still not quite good, so the video for Once Upon December day 1 to 4 was supposed to go up on Monday. It's probably going to go up either today or tomorrow. I'm not quite sure, but it just depends when I can get my laptop sorted out. And yeah, very discombobulated. I did manage to eat breakfast this morning. I almost forgot. I was just really focused on, last night we were talking about the budget. I think we're just really, I've always been very financially focused, but ever since having a baby, I've been like laser focused on trying to work out like what we need to give us more time to stay at home with Bubs. And I've never really been so focused on stuff like that. I've always been very much in investing and growing my wealth and looking towards early retirement, which is still something I really, really want to do one day. But now it's not so much about how much do I need to retire, it's how much do we need to keep things going, to give Bubs the opportunities that we want to give him and for us to live the life that we want, but also spending as much time with him as we can so that we don't have to work as much. This is part of why it's hectic during the wake windows now, because Tobias and I kind of like reevaluating, right, we've got our jobs, they take up this much time, could we do something else with ourselves at home, which was always like the dream one day, to like work for ourselves. And it's been something we've progressively worked towards, but I just don't feel like we've been working, I don't think we've not worked hard. I think it's just maybe we haven't been hitting the right things. And so for me, I have pretty clear goals on what I want to achieve. I think Tobias has been a little bit more lost with what he wants to do, and so we're really discussing that, and then at the bare minimum, what could we control? So lowering expenses and just looking at what could we do to lower our expenses. It is crazy how I don't feel like we live a very, like, I won't say we don't live a lavish life. I would say that in my 20s, I wasted a lot of money. When I look back at the way I lived, like buying handbags and like luxury items and like 5-star hotels and everything. And I mean, that was the season of my life, and I don't regret it, because I feel like because I had all those experiences, I don't crave those sort of same experiences anymore. But it does feel like, how did I feel back then that I didn't have a lot of money when I was spending like that? And now, like, we barely eat out. Occasionally we do like one time a week we do takeaway, but we're actually thinking we might have to cut that back to maybe once every fortnight instead, and just try cooking a lot more. We haven't traveled very much. To be fair, the last 2 years a lot of money has gone into renovating our home, and I don't regret that either, because it is now like a beautiful, safe, clean home for a child, whereas before it was kind of, it was old, and yeah, I don't know how clean it was. It'd been like that for 25 years, so I'm glad that we did all the renovations we did. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just like, I never really know what to say when it comes to financial stuff, because I think everyone's situation is so different. And so I know that for some people, I'm probably in complaining about things I shouldn't need to complain about. Like, I feel like I need to get humbled. Like, I need to humble myself, because when I read in some of the parenting forums that I'm in, there are some moms who had to go back to work after their baby hit 6 weeks old, and I'm like, how? Like, how? That is so sad. Like, if you want to go back to work, that's one thing, but if you have to go back to work, that is the most heartbreaking thing, and it just tears me apart to hear that women have had to do that. Sorry, I'm just like, Bubs is waking up, so I'm gonna have to pop off. Yes, whatever this I was talking about, very mixed up. Hopefully the rest of the day has a little bit more structure to it. Okay, I am back is several hours later and Bubs just went down for a nap, so I feel like I have ample time to chat and catch you guys up. I don't even remember what I was saying. I think I was talking about budgeting or finances last time and how we're trying to work out if we can squeeze more time with Bubs in. So yes, that is the plan at the moment. I'm really lucky in that I do have family very close. I literally live next door to family, but I also have just a lot of family in the area, so I feel lucky that they're going to be able to help out when I go back to work, but I still want to spend time with him, so we'll see. But anyways, okay, enough about that. I didn't want all my vlogs to be talking about motherhood, but yes, it is just a very prominent topic on my mind right now. The internet is down, which sucks, but it's actually not a bad thing because I don't really need the internet for the tasks that I've assigned myself today. I have been busy working on orders. I have a couple orders I need to get out. I'm actually kind of like low-key excited because I hit a new tier for Australia Post. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar or not, but if you use Australia Post for business purposes, there are, I hope I'm in focus, different tiers that you can achieve depending on how frequently you use their services. I didn't know that until I started Happy Clouding, and I had to start using their parcel services for international orders because they don't allow you to send stickers anymore via letter. But even then, when the pandemic hit, sending orders via letter became super unreliable. Orders kept getting lost or not delivered, and I have to resend orders, and financially it just didn't make sense from a business perspective anymore. So I decided, I kind of cut my losses and assumed that I wasn't going to make any more sales internationally, and I just put in the lowest cost it would take to ship a package overseas with tracking, which is still like so much more. Like you can send up to like 500 grams or something, and like stickers never weigh that much unless you order a ton, but like that just never has happened in my life. So it was like a very generous postage for the amount of stickers I was sending. But I did want to give people internationally an option to still buy stickers if they wanted to, with the expectation that probably it's not going to happen. And yeah, like my shop was like predominantly 60% Australian orders and like 40% international. And when I did that switch, I think there was like a period where I just completely cut off international orders, and then I thought, nah, I'll offer it, but I'll put in this extremely expensive postage no one will use. And international orders did halt for the most part, and they've started picking back up about a year ago. And I would say now my orders are like 10% international, 90% Australian, and I really want to try and bolster up the international audience just because there are more people living outside of Australia, so there's better opportunities outside. But I have to figure out how to deal with this postage issue, and I've looked at a lot of other Australian sticker shops to see what they've been doing. A lot of them still stayed with the letter option for about a year longer than I did. I think I'm just very risk adverse, so I didn't want to have to deal with lost mail and confronting like customers coming to me and telling me they lost their order and stuff. I just hate that sort of experience for customers, so I just didn't want to even put myself in a position where it could happen. But I think Australia Post finally cracked down and were diverting orders back to people who were still using the letter option, because you're not technically supposed to do that anymore. So it seems that most people have gone the parcel route as well, and I'm pretty sure most Australian shops have taken a hit as a result, unless they're willing to eat the cost of the postage. But it is significant. For like example, just standard, no tracking, but standard shipping for an Australian order is like $1.10. And then I put 40 cents extra for the packaging stuff. Business advice from Celina, I don't know. But the $1.10, it's pretty good, right? But for Australia Post, the basic option saved through the US is $19.95, not including packaging. That's like an insane difference. Yes, you get tracking, so I do appreciate the tracking option, but if I don't use tracking, it's still pretty expensive. Whereas when I used to send them as letters, they were like $3 or $4, so they were much more affordable. And then when you convert it to the US dollar, it's much better. So I kind of felt a little, I still feel kind of annoyed by it, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't really know how Australia Post run, and I'm sure that as a business, they themselves need to stay profitable, and they are doing the best they can. So it's the best option I have. But the more frequently you use the parcel services, the cheaper the rates get. And so I finally hit a new tier where the rates have become a little cheaper, and it makes me so happy because now I can update my shop and lower the shipping price for international orders. I'm trying to keep that shipping price as low as humanly possible, because I personally hate paying for shipping. I've gotten so used to free shipping that I can feel the pain, the recall that people must feel when they see that high shipping price on my shop. And so yeah, so that happened today, and it's just kind of like a really exciting goal that I hit. I didn't think I would hit the goal, but I'm kind of excited. So that's like a little milestone. I need to put that in my memory keep. I've not been journaling lately because of like sleepless nights, vaccine, all that sort of stuff. But today I'm going to finish off the orders. Hopefully I'll get all the orders done. And then I did want to ship them off at lunchtime. Usually around lunchtime is when I'd go ship them off, just because the weather is much better. It's not like too cold, but it's not too hot yet. Usually in summer it gets really hot around 2 to 3. So at around 11, 12 is a good time. I can strap Bubbies to me, and then we can take a leisurely walk down to the post office, or if Tobias happens to break for lunch around the same time, because he like 80% works from home, then we'll just take a family walk down to the post office to drop off orders. But I missed that boat. It is now almost 2 o'clock, so I didn't manage to get my orders done by this lunchtime. So I'm hoping if I can still get them done, I might pass them along to Tobias, and he might graciously post them for me tomorrow, because he is going into the office for the next couple of days. And so he has to walk by the post office when he gets to the train station. So yes, that is the plan. This is my dinner right now. We decided to do takeaway again because we are so exhausted. It's been a long day. Just parenting stuff. But it is the evening and I'm sitting on a couch, which I feel like it is so, I love this couch so much, and we're actually looking to buy a second one for our upstairs, but we'd like it to actually fold out as a bed. Violet and Jimmy, I think I mentioned, are coming over for Christmas, and I would really love to get them a nice bed to sleep on, but we don't really have a spare room per se. So there's like a gallery area upstairs, which I think would be perfect for guests to stay in if we just had a fold out couch. But I really want a comfortable couch, and I want a couch that looks nice when it's not folded out to sleep in. So that's challenging, and that would be hard to get something in a few weeks. So I suspect I'm going to have to just get like a blowout mattress or something in the meantime, because I don't really want to spend $1,000 just suddenly to get just to satisfy a need that, you know, just to satisfy a need that we could probably meet with something cheaper in the meantime. But yeah, Tobias is putting Bubs to sleep, and so after that we're gonna finish dinner and then probably hop onto Astroneers and finish the game, potentially. I'm not quite sure if we'll manage to finish the game, but we might. But I've had a really frustrating afternoon with my silhouette machines. They're just like, I think because I transferred everything from my old office to here, that I'm still ironing out a lot of glitches where things just don't work. So it's just taking a while to figure out, but hopefully with time it will get better. I have to remake a lot of files, which is just feels unnecessarily time consuming, but it is what it is. Whoa. I wish I could come on here and not look like a mess each time. I feel like on the previous Once Upon a December's I was always putting in a bit more effort. I guess because I was going to work, so I was like putting on makeup and just looking more presentable, and now I just feel like a hot mess every day. But honestly, the way I look is very low on the priority list right now, and it's really just about taking care of Bubs and just looking after the household. So that's my life right now. But yeah, today is a very cloudy day, and as a result, I don't know, it's like summer right now, but it's freezing. It's like 18 degrees today, and then tomorrow I think it's 16 degrees. I don't know, it's like really cold, and it's about to rain all this afternoon, so it feels like we're in winter, like Melbourne's version of winter, but it's summer. It's so, I don't know, is this like climate change? I have no idea. But it did mean that we have to put all our heaters back on, and I had to like, I wasn't expecting Bubs to experience cold weather at this age at 6 months, so all his clothes for 6 months are more summer. So I've had to just kind of like wrap him up in lots of things so that to keep him warm, otherwise he's going to get really cold, because babies tend to either overheat really quickly or they cool down really fast. So I'm just monitoring that, and just like I have all the temperature checkers everywhere around him to just monitor temperature, and constantly just touching his hands and the back of his neck to see what he's like. But turns out our gas heater is broken. I think the flame is out. I'm not quite sure what's wrong. Toby's has had to go, so he can't fix it, so I've called in some family to see if they can come check it out. I am very not a handy person when it comes to this sort of stuff. Like, I have no clue at all, so I am kind of at the mercy of wiser people to help me. Although I wouldn't mind learning at some point. I think it's probably an important skill to have, given that I intend to live in a house probably for the rest of my life. I don't know. Maybe I'll move into an apartment when I'm retired, so I don't have to look after a garden, because it's just a lot of maintenance for a house. But until then, there's still many decades till that happens. So this is the state of my desk at the moment, like, and what I'm doing is these are all like misfits, so I'm putting them together. I already have like a stack here, and what I'm trying to do is transfer. So these ones I packed the other day. Oh, these are some tracking numbers that are very old for previous orders. So what I did is that I packed them in these sleeves. However, this label is the label I'm struggling to print and cut at the moment. I don't know, it's just not working out. So rather than use up all my sheets that already have this, which I need for orders, I've got these like blank ones. I'm taking all of these ones out and putting them into the blank ones so that I can save these ones for actual orders, and it will buy me a little bit more time to figure out what is going on with this particular sticker sheet. Because customer stickers, like just general stickers that I sell, cuts totally fine, which is great. That's probably the more important thing. But this labeling sticker, don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's my exciting morning plan, and then I will probably hop on to doing some video editing. Tree. Oh, it's so blurry, but I actually kind of like this bokeh effect. Christmas tree lights are on, even though it is way past 7 p.m. That's the downside of summer and Christmas at the same time, is that the sun does not set till quite late, but you only get Christmas lights for such a short period of time. I figured I want to milk them for as long as possible. Good morning, I am in the kitchen making breakfast. It is going to be a really action-packed day for me in terms of just, I want to get a lot done because we are leaving for our trip in a couple of days, and I still have not filmed videos for the Planner channel, and I need to film. I'm going to try and film 3 videos after my toast is done. Well, I'll eat my toast first, and then I'm going to see if I can knock out 3 videos. I don't think I'll have a lot of time. Bubs just went down for his nap, so yeah, it could range from 30 minutes to 1.5 hours. I'm really not sure, so we'll see how we go. But the videos are pretty simple. Hopefully they are interesting. But last night was really productive. I managed to get quite a bit of sticker shot work done, and then what else did I do? Oh, I edited the first vlog. That's right, it's up finally. I was like, there was some video I was editing that took a really long time, and it was like over an hour long. It would be in the first vlog because I spend so much time rambling, so that's why the vlogs are so long. And I'm okay with that because maybe I can just split them up a bit more now. Anyways, toast is done. I'm not really doing anything special with it. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if other people like to eat the way I do, but sorry, it's like really bright. The toast I have is actually made by Tobias. So when I was going through GD, we were experimenting with different types of breads because I really miss bread, but it's very high in the glycemic index. So we tried to make some ourselves, or he made some, and we put like a ton of grains, lots and lots of whole grains, which unfortunately still spiked my blood sugar, so I just cut out bread altogether for the most part. But I really love the bread he makes. It's sourdough and it's just jam-packed with lots and lots of grains, and I cannot really find anything like this. And then he puts olives in there as well because I love olives, so it's pretty much my favorite bread in the world right now to eat, and I love eating it with There's balsamic vinegar and extra virgin olive oil, and I just dip it in and I eat that. So this is kind of the sort of way you would eat bread, I guess, at a fancy restaurant. I mean, that's where I picked it up from, but I just love eating it this way. So that's my breakfast. 2 slices of toast, and then I'm good to go start filming. I don't want to talk for a little while because I've been talking non-stop for the last, I think, hour. I managed to get about an hour of filming done. And in that, I think I was also talking to Violet for a little bit. Bubs is still not awake, but he's due to wake up any minute now, so there's really not much point starting anything new. And I thought, oh well, I'll just take this time to chat with you guys for a little bit. I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty because I've just been talking non-stop. Managed to get 3 videos done for the Planet channel, so I'm happy about that. That will take me to almost the end of the month, which would be good. It's enough, it buys me enough time because we'll be going on holiday soon. I needed to film something at least for next week, have it edited and uploaded before we go, so I really only have today, maybe tomorrow if I'm lucky. And then I'm not going to be bringing my laptops with me, so I won't have access to edit anything. I'm just going to bring my tablet, so I definitely needed to make sure I got this out before we left, or filmed at least, because I wouldn't have time to film tomorrow. And so yes. Whew, just catching my breath. You know what, I was thinking last night, there's something I wanted to talk about, and it's just something that's always sat in the back of my mind. It's always been there, and I've never felt comfortable talking about it, but I have never felt more willing to be open about my life than I have since Bubs has arrived. It's like he's lifted this weight off my shoulder, and I can just be very authentic with myself. And so I was going through my Instagram postings for December, and one of the days I post actually lands right on my birthday. And I didn't know whether I should acknowledge my birthday or not, because honestly my birthday doesn't mean much anymore. I feel like I didn't care about Bub's birthday. I don't really care about mine. But so I started posting, and I thought I'll just won't mention it's my birthday. And then I don't know, like, there's something about Instagram that makes me feel very, like, not Instagram in general, but there's something about my Planet Instagram that makes me feel very willing to be vulnerable and open about things, more open than I would normally be with anyone else. I think maybe it's because the people who follow me there don't tend to be people from my real life. I know there's a few that are from my real life, but most of the people I know from work and school and stuff follow fables and fashion, so they don't follow a beautiful fable. And so I feel like it's my little secret quiet area of the internet. I can just be totally vulnerable, which is silly because the follower count is much higher on that account than my fables and fashion, but I think it's the type of people following me there. And one of the things that I just started talking about was that, oh, it's my birthday, because on my birthday we'll actually be traveling, and it's actually going to be the last birthday I spend in my 30s, which is crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm at the end of my 30s and I'm about to enter my 40s soon, like next year. I just can't believe it. It's just like the time has just flown by. Life just goes by so quickly. And I used to really hate talking about the fact that I was old. Like, I know I'm not old, but I feel old. Like, I think it's because of the media I consume online tends to be with people who are in their early 30s. Most of my co-workers are all close to in their 40s now, so it's not like I'm the old person at work or anything. I'm actually one of the younger people at work, especially because I'm in like the managerial section. But sorry, I'm just looking at Bubs. He's moving around and I'm like, are you waking up? Should I keep talking? I'll just keep talking. But one of the questions I would always get, especially as I approached my mid-30s and then started going into my late 30s, is people would ask, do you have children? And I'd say no. And some people would say, well, do you want children? I hate when people ask me that. Like, I hate it when people ask me that, because it reminded me of so many bad experiences I had in my adult years. Because the reality is, up until even trying for pregnancy, I wasn't quite sure. I had moments when I really wanted to be pregnant, and then I had moments where I was like, what am I doing? Like dual income, no kids for life, I can travel forever, I can buy nice stuff. Like, I was really on the fence. So when people ask me that, my honest answer is I'm not sure. There's a part of me that thinks I do, but sometimes I think I don't. I think in my heart, I think I may have always wanted children. I'm not sure. It's just, I was just never a maternal person. It was never a strong calling for me. But anyways, that's a separate topic. The question that would often follow is, well, how old are you? And it's like, it just gets worse, right? Because when I tell them, oh, I'm 36, I'm 35, I mean, then the polite people would have never asked me those questions to begin with. But often the response I get back is, well, aren't you a little old? Or aren't you leaving it too late? And it's like, no. I had no idea that being 35 and 36 and still not having kids, but still considering having kids, was leaving it too late. Like, I didn't know that. Of course I knew that. There's a reason why I'm doing it, because I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do with my life. I just was very unsure. And you kept reminding me, it does not help. It's making me much more anxious. It's making me feel really crappy about my situation. And it doesn't give me any clarity, except just makes me more stressed out. And now I don't like you very much. So I wish people just never asked me those sort of questions, because I didn't need the reminder. It's not like I wasn't aware. I know how old I am. I know the fertility rates. I know all that sort of stuff. So why do they ask? Like, it just sucks. And so that's why I hated my birthday every year. It was just like a reminder that I'm getting older and I haven't decided yet. And yeah. Now that I have Bubs, it feels completely different, obviously, because he's here, he's amazing. Oh, this is the other thing. Oh my gosh. I had a friend, and I don't know if they watch my channel or not, and if you watch, then I'm sorry if you are unhappy with me saying this, but honestly, it was a crappy thing to say. I remember being in my early 30s, still being unsure, and being literally told that if I waited too long to have children, my children would turn out wrong. Why would you say that to someone? That is such a mean thing to say. I'm so grateful that Bubs is perfectly normal. He's wonderful, happy, healthy. But I didn't really, like, I don't know why anyone would say that, because there's plenty of children born to, like, more mature women that are perfectly healthy. Like, the statistics actually show that the majority are fine, and it's just a small percentage. But to say that to someone you considered your really good friend, to me, I felt like that was the breaking point in that friendship. I just couldn't continue anymore, because I just felt like every choice I made, every step I made was just constantly bombarded with judgmental comments that just really cut me and just hurt me. And I kind of got to a point where I was like, life is too short to constantly put myself in a situation where I am told that my choices are less than, that I'm judged for my choices, that I've been made to feel bad because of the way I live my life. I'm shocked I'm actually saying this, because I never thought I would say anything like this. But I'm telling you, there's something about being a parent now that just makes me feel like I can be just transparent about stuff like this. So I have no fear around my age anymore. Like, I'm 38, I'm about to turn 39 soon, and I'm almost proud of it in a way. Like, I'm proud that I lived so much of my life, and now I have this amazing being in my life who he's just woken up. He's just looking around. Life could not be better, and I'm just so happy. And I'm so grateful, so grateful. And I'm going to enjoy the last year of my 30s, because 40s are going to be really amazing. I have so many dreams and plans and things I want to do. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to go cuddle my baby, and I will talk to you a little bit later today. Today is not over, but it feels like it's been quite the day. I don't actually know where I stopped vlogging. Bubs is going down for what is likely his final nap for the day. And Tobias is on his way home. I think he left at about 4:40 or so, so he should be home any minute now, potentially. It's been a really good day. I think I mentioned I filmed 3 videos. I was working on Instagram. I had an order I needed to dispatch urgently, just because I had already printed out the tracking information for it. So I decided to wrap up Bubs and we walked down to the post office together. It is always so I always get really nervous when I go out by myself with him, because I feel like I have to have like 100 more extra pairs of eyes around me to just look out for him, even though he's like strapped to me, so it's not like he's not even in a pram. He's like right up against me, and I've got my arms around him and I had a blanket on him because it is a little cold today. And I don't know, like I guess I'm paranoid that something bad could happen, and so I'm just like protecting the most precious cargo of my life. Yeah, so but I managed to do that, and I still have a bunch of orders to dispatch, but that particular one I wanted to get out today because it's Friday, so it's I wanted to get it before the postie picks up the mail, which I think is around the afternoon, so I wanted to get that done before lunchtime. And the rest of the orders I will probably dispatch tomorrow or Sunday. Doesn't really matter, because on the weekends Ozpost doesn't work, so it just kind of sits there until Monday when they pick it up. But I do need to do it before we leave on Sunday, just so that I know that it's moving, because I don't come back until later next week. So yeah, feeling productive. I've got to finish off the rest of the orders today. I do want to start editing some of those videos that I filmed. If I could edit all 3 of them and have them all scheduled and uploaded, that would be amazing. That would take so much pressure off my plate. So that's probably what I'm going to start doing now. Well, I don't really get too much into it until I'm pretty sure Bubs has gone to sleep and he's still... Is the video frozen or is he just really still? No, okay. Sometimes he's so still that I'm like, is the video frozen? No, he's just being really still, and now he's just playing again. See, oh, I completely missed the big thing that I did, which I didn't vlog at all, which I should have, but sometimes when I get like really stuck into a project, I don't have the sense to pull out a camera and vlog it, or like, also I kind of left my camera here. But when I was at my parents' house, I have still my old bedroom there, and I have tons of clothes. Like, I pretty much wear the same thing all the time, and I'm not quite sure why I have so much clothing. It's not as much as a lot of people. Like, I know plenty of people who are way more than me, but I have more than the average bear needs. I probably wear like 10-20% of what I own. So I decided to actually, because I'm trying to consolidate everything, and I want to make sure that all the clothes that I have here are the stuff that I really use. So I actually only brought over like maybe 10% of the clothes I owned, and I left like 90% of them at my parents' house. So I had to really downsize everything. I really want to downsize everything. That's the thing, because I have so many old cosplay outfits that I don't want to give up yet. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to bring all my cosplay outfits here. I'm definitely going to bring like the fabrics and stuff, because I think I would like to get back into sewing at some point, but I don't know if I need to specifically bring the outfits here, because they're more in a storage thing. So I'm going to store them in my old bedroom that my parents have graciously let me keep. It's kind of like, so it's kind of like mine and Tobias's room, if that sense, or my little family unit. So when Bubs goes over to sleep, or we ever decide to spend the night, all 3 of us would share that room. And then so it's like each family member kind of gets their own room, if that makes sense. So because I don't really need all those clothes, I'm going to downsize as much as possible. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of cabinets that I have in my bedroom, because I really don't need any of that. Downsize, and then I'm going to transfer all my handbags across. I still haven't pulled most of my handbags across, but I have a separate like area in this house that I kind of reserved for handbags. But I want to do that. And yeah, I got rid of about 3 full garbage bags worth of clothes, and I am not even halfway through yet. Barely. I still have so much more to go, but it is really liberating to get rid of so much. I'm going to donate all the clothes, obviously. I'm not going to just throw them out. But I still have more to go. Like, I know the clothes that I've kept can be downsized further, but I'm just like really excited for the fact that I'm going to be able to donate so many clothes, and I'm going to have so much extra space, and I can kind of consolidate all my things into just like a single room. Yeah, anyways, babbling on, I'm gonna get started on editing those videos. It's the 10th, so it's day 10 of Once Upon a December, and we are currently, I'm trying to be quiet because Bubs is taking a nap right now, but we're meeting Violet and Jimmy for my birthday brunch, which is going to be at a place called Fuumi Fuumi. I've actually never heard of it before, but I recently had a friend come over who brought some baked goods there, and they were really nice. And Violet and I are always up for trying any sort of Japanese fusion sort of cafe to kind of quench our Japanese craving. So I'm really excited to see what it's like. The pictures look really nice, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Bubs is going to be calm, but we'll see how we go. Fuumi Fuumi. Hello.
Hello. Who's ready to party? Let's go get it.
So we managed to make it home, and we ended up doing a little bit of takeaway. I got this like potato salad. I don't know, they look like takoyaki, and Tobias got some chocolate mochi. And it actually took us quite a bit longer to get home than expected, but that's probably because baby. And now we're back to being hungry again, so I'm actually going to eat this. Toby's going to eat his mochi. And then we actually got some mango daifuku, which was $9. So
really good.
It better be really good daifuku. So yeah, we're going to try that after this. So I bought 4 of these Anko, well, they came out garlands, because from what I read online, this is actually really thin. So I figured I wanted to have one on top of the mantle of our fireplace, and I thought I would wind them together to make them thicker, but I don't think it's actually that thin. Like, this is our fireplace, and I think this might be good on its own. I think if I wind it with another one, it actually might be too thick. So I'm gonna try putting this down and see how we go. Okay, I'm also, to put it down, I'm gonna have to take some of this stuff off temporarily, but I thought I'd show you. This is our photo from our honeymoon. If you have ever been to Fables in Fashion, the channel, I do actually have a video from our honeymoon from J.A. Manafaru in the Maldives, and it was amazing. 10 out of 10. I wish I had enough money. I would take all my friends and family there. It was probably one of my most favorite trips ever. And then these little guys, these are Swarovski crystals. So, oh, this one has the little bow the wrong way around. There we go. So these kind of represent Violet and Jimmy and Tobias and I. These are our Chinese zodiac characters. So Tobias is a rooster, I am a pig, and Violet and Jimmy are both bunnies. So the year of the rabbit actually is coming up, so it's going to be their year coming up. Because Violet and Jimmy are born in the same year, we put a little bow on Violet's bunny so that it's like more specifically her. So I thought this is really cute, and it's kind of like a permanent fixture on our mantle. But if we're going to put the Christmas stuff on, I'm probably going to move this off to the side just so they don't break, because they're very precious. I thought I'd show you guys where I put them. I've just put it here in front of this little photo frame that Violet actually gifted us when Bubs was born. And this is probably one of my, like, I literally was close to tears when she gave this to me because it is so sentimental. Essentially you see 2 bunnies in the back, Violet and Jimmy, and then you see 2 cats because Tobias and I love cats. So this is Tobias and this is me, and then this is Bubs, and Bubs is a little tiger because Bubs was born in the year of the tiger. So this is all 5 of us together. And I think what's really cute, like what makes this really personal, is that like there's pictures of just like us with Bubs, but Tobias here is holding a railway ticket, I think, and I'm holding a little map, and it's because 5 years ago, we went to Japan with Val and Jimmy. Technically it was a honeymoon and we kind of joined in on them, and there was this like very vivid moment I still remember in my mind when we were all sitting on the train together and pulling out our tickets for the train. And yeah, actually it's like a map, and the four of us were just like, we can't believe we're in Japan together. Like, we dreamt of going to like, we've individually gone to Japan on our own, like as a couple, like me and Tobias and Val and Jimmy, but it was the first time as the four of us, is kind of like our, I always consider Jimmy and Violet kind of like our, what's that term, founded family? Chosen family, that's right, as our chosen family. And so it was really special that we got to go to Japan, which is like our favorite country in the world, and enjoy it together. And so now to have this kind of reminiscent of that scene, but now Bubs, is so special, because hopefully we'll be able to go to Japan at the end of 2023 together to enjoy Christmas and New Year's as a family of 5, which is adorable. And yes, if you're wondering, am I missing a tiger here? We are. We really want to put a little Swarovski tiger, but given it's the year of the tiger, I suspect they're constantly sold out. We can never get it, so hopefully one day we'll be able to add a little tiger to this edition. Okay, quite a bit more time has passed, but this is the end result so far. You can see in the center it's like way thicker, because essentially what I did end up doing is connecting 2 pieces of garland. So here it's very thick because it's joined, but then down here it's thinner. So I think I'm gonna have to do a bit of floofing up around the sides to make it look a little bit more full. But other than that, I kind of like the look. Yeah, and it's like right next to the Christmas tree. It looks really nice. I wish I could put lights in this, but I think it actually might be a bit distracting. So instead, I mean, I guess I could put lights in them because we do have a PowerPoint just down there. But I am going to put the baubles, I'm going to fluff it up a bit more, put the baubles in and see how we go. It is pretty much almost time to go to bed, and we are just doing some last minute packing because we are leaving for Hobart tomorrow. That is where we're going. I can talk more about why we're taking the trip, but I am really excited and nervous at the exact same time, because this will be the first flight that we are taking Bubs on, which is kind of the point of the trip. But also it's the first time we, like Tobias and I, have been to the airport on an airplane since 2019. I think the last place we went was New Zealand. And we had intended to go to Japan in, I think it was February 2020, but then of course the pandemic hit, so we ended up not being able to go. So it's all going to be new experiences tomorrow, but we're starting out small with a domestic flight, and if that goes well, then we might plan some more vacations next year. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, so I'm going to end the vlog here. I kind of want to transfer all this footage over to my MacBook, see if I can edit it, and maybe upload it sometime whilst I'm gone, because I'll be gone for a few days. I'm not going to be bringing my laptop, so I'm not going to be able to edit anything. So yeah, we'll see how we go. But I hope you found vlogs semi-interesting. Sorry, I'm supposed to look at the lens. I keep looking at myself above. But yeah, I'm kind of using the Christmas tree as a backdrop, because why not, whilst I still can. Although I guess when I do daily vlogs now, they'll always be in December, so I guess you'll always see a Christmas tree behind me. But yes, I am going to sign off. Thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my lounge. Back to you, internet.